Hello, it is day 12 of 365 days of my raw journey of suspending disbelief. And today, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to end up fitting all of these things every day. Like, there's just so much that's coming up. But I will do my best. So, the first thing is that I want to talk about is resisting your energy. So, especially as women, we have cycles every month that affect our energy physically, physiologically. It is not something that we can prevent, something that we can change or ignore. Well, we can ignore it, and that's the living in your like masculine mode, right? Where you're just pushing and forcing and go, go, go. Um, and that's not very effective for women in general. It's just not how we are built. So, right off the bat, um, I realized towards the end of the day, actually, that all day I've been kind of giving myself a little bit of mental grief, a little bit of like the mind chatter telling me like I'm not doing enough, um, or that I should be focusing, or that I should be this, that I should be that. And again, like I always say, anyone who has ever worked with me will know that I always say this: stop shoulding on yourself, right? We are constantly telling us that we should do this or we should do that, telling ourselves this. And it's just, there are no shoulds in reality. Like you can cut all of those away, they are not real. Anyways, I still fall into the trap though. We all do. And so I realized, like I said, later on throughout the day, that I was resisting my own energy today. That today I I was and I wasn't. So I was following my energy. I was allowing myself to do the things that felt good. But at the same time, I was beating myself up about it. I wasn't just um, allowing myself to enjoy it, I guess, right? Like I was very much in just like a quieter energy where I wanted to listen. I wanted to catch up on some learning stuff that I've been meaning to catch up on. Um, and I had a little bit less of the outward energy. And for multiple reasons. One is like my two younger kids like to sleep in my bed on Friday nights. It's like their special treat because otherwise they would be in my bed every night. And while part of me loves that and I love cuddling with my babies to sleep, I also love having my space and having my quiet before bed and in the morning. So, anyway, they slept in my bed last night and we went to bed late. We watched a movie as a family kind of thing, and I slept in, and it was just kind of like the cycle that I put myself into um, by staying up late and then sleeping in, right? So I was just kind of in this mode, but also at the point in my cycle that I'm at this month, and so on. Anyway, I was allowing the energy, but mentally resisting the energy. So it's just so contrary, right? We can really work against ourselves in this way. Um, so I wanted to bring that up because if you are telling yourself that you are allowing yourself to follow your energy, you're telling yourself that you are allowing yourself, like giving yourself grace, but then mentally you're going, you're not good enough, you're not, doing all the things you should, or, things like that. And a lot of the time we don't realize that we're doing it mentally. Um, and where I really noticed it was when I started getting tired. So again, towards the end of the day, I was like, oh man, looking back at my day thinking I didn't really do all the things that I wanted to do. And I still have some time left. So maybe I should, XYZ. write some posts, whatever, all the, all the things that come to mind. And that was when I realized that I was like, why would I start on that right now? Anyway, I'll stop harping on that because I could go on about it for a long time. But if you are resisting your own energy, um, you will not be as effective with your time. Number one. Number two, if you're beating up on yourself mentally for allowing yourself the grace of following your energy, you might as well not follow your energy. It defeats the purpose. So be aware of that. All right. So the next thing that I wanted to share about, and I thought about leaving it out, and then I was like, no, I'm not editing. I'm not leaving things out, right? Especially not something that is so pertinent. Okay, I am tired. But that I guess could be perceived as shameful or embarrassing or whatever. I'm not really embarrassed of it, but I guess I am aware of how it could be perceived. Anyway, so today I did the Myers-Briggs and Enneagram tests. Okay, and if you don't know what those are, you can look it up online. They're like personality tests. I was just curious, like whatever. Um, and I don't actually know what my results were because I don't have the $2 in my account to buy the report for a week long trial thing. And like, I didn't need it so badly that I should spend anything on it, but I also didn't even have the $2, right? And don't feel too bad for me. The bills are all paid. The food is in the fridge, like I'm not out of food. More money is arriving on Monday. Like it's situational. It's fine. But legitimately, I did not have $2. I think I have like 60 some cents in my bank account. And also today, I wrote about my big dreams and the winter home I'm going to have on my private island to host getaways and to escape to be alone sometimes because my success is inevitable. In the same day as I didn't have $2 to buy the results for these tests. So I wanted to point this out because this is suspending disbelief, right? This is like, it doesn't matter that there's not even $2 in my bank account. I am going to have this winter home on a private island, my own private island, to host getaways. Like it was so extreme that it really stood out to me. And it's that level that I've brought myself to of suspending disbelief where it legitimately does not matter what is in my 3D life right now. That's not where I'm headed. And it just was such good contrast. I thought I would share that as well. Another one that came up was I went to rewrite my script, which I have mentioned the last couple of days. And I got a whole lot of I don't wanna energy. Okay. And part of that was my energy today of like, this is just, I wasn't in this like creative brain mode where I wanted to be adding in little finite details and feeling energy and all of that kind of stuff. I just didn't want to. And with this particular one, it wasn't just about my energy, I think. So I decided I would ask Jess, my gorgeous human design resident expert in our unofficial mastermind, whether I am a specific or non-specific manifester. And I think I did the scripting in a way that doesn't work for my human design, my energy type. Um, so, Jess, since I will likely forget to actually ask you, what kind am I? When you listen to this, let me know. Because I think that and I think this is such like a powerful thing that I wish more people knew, and I know Jess wishes more people knew, but if you try to manifest in a way that doesn't fit with your human design, it's a bigger struggle for you. So manifesting, scripting, like same thing. So I'm going to leave my script as it is for now. Um, Originally, I had read Kelly's beautiful emotion filled scripting, and I was thinking, like, wow, mine sucked. Not meaning to compare, but I liked how she did it, right? I will link the blog post where she shares hers so you can get an example of different types of scripting. So hers is very, very different than mine was that I read out to you guys in like, I don't know, episode 2 or 3, day 2 or 3 of this podcast. Um, but when I went and tried to shift mine, I realized one, I was changing it because of comparison, which is just not my MO. It's not my vibe at all. I don't change for other people. And like it just has never been who I am. And so that was, I don't know really why I was changing it based on that. I didn't like think it through. And so when I went to do it, I was like, oh, wait, like I don't need to make mine like hers to be right. And hers is perfect for her. Um, and she and I, number two, while we could be twins in some areas, are polar opposites in others, right? So I'm leaving mine as it is, like I said, until further notice, and especially until Jess helps me figure out which kind of manifester I am so that I can do it in a way that is aligned with my energy and it will be that much more powerful. Um, yeah. Okay. Another suspending disbelief moment today. I saw a meme that said, "The man who walks with the healer, when a man, or the man who walks with a healer was like the title. When a man chooses a woman or follows her, or sorry, when a man chooses a woman who follows her calling, his only chance to maintain the connection is in following her, and above all, creating space for her to follow her own path." And now I don't subscribe to like the idea that men are more important than women or women are more important than men. Um, but what this quote means to me is not that like the man is following along like a little puppy at her heels. It's the allowing and supporting her through following her calling. And her calling is important. Our callings as healers, as women who are making a difference in the world, is so important. And I realized I had been believing that such a man did not exist, number one. Like, almost like a feeling like I'd be alone forever, subconsciously. Like, I never had that thought, oh, I'm going to be alone forever. Um, but because I am following my calling, right? And nothing can stop me from following my calling. And I have only in the past known or been with men who couldn't tolerate that. So I didn't really believe that he existed. So, and I became aware of that as I read this meme. So I am now choosing to suspend disbelief about that too. And the longer this experiment continues, the more I realize how much disbelief I was living under before. And I know I'm not the only one. So many things have been coming up to be brought to light, right? Of like, well, you don't believe in this, you don't believe that, you don't trust in this, you don't, and every time that one is coming up, um, we are suspending disbelief again. It is everything in life is so interconnected. It can't just be like, oh, I'm going to suspend disbelief about finances and I'm going to make this much money 1 year from today. Like that was not my script. That was not my whole script. That there was so much more to it and everything plays into each other. So when you are suspending disbelief, for a year, that needs to trickle out into every area of your life. Um, it needs to be that you suspend disbelief that your children can behave wonderfully, or you suspend disbelief that you just can't lose weight, or like whatever things come up. um Everything is possible, right? Our success is inevitable. We're always in the right place. So what is the point of not believing in it? All that does is counteract what we're doing here, in the same way that my energy, or resisting my own energy today, no, in the same way that going with my energy but resisting it mentally, right? Like beating myself up over it, that was also counteractive. It made me highly ineffective today. um, I was less on point than I could have been, etc. So with all of the things that arise, whether that is the possibility of a perfect mate, perfect partner in life, whether it's how much weight I can manage to lose, or what kind of shape I can get into in my physical body as, this age of woman at this weight and after having this many kids. And like, there's so many things. If I do not choose to suspend disbelief in every area of my life, I might as well not choose to at all. That is what I'm coming to find. So I will continue choosing to suspend disbelief every time something new comes up and I become aware of it, for the entire 365 days of this experiment challenge thing. Um, so if you are having other things come to light, if you decided, I'm going all in, I'm going to do this suspending disbelief challenge, and I'm going to script my life a year from now, and I'm going to trust that my success is inevitable, and all of these things, you can't just say these things, right? You have to energetically get on board if you want to succeed. And to do that, number one, be in the energy of it, right? Come listen to this podcast every day. Go read Kelly's blogs. Go listen to Jess's telegrams, like, and if you don't have time to do all three of those, like, I mean, follow the medium that you love, that feels good to you. Um, I'm just saying, as examples, you can follow these things. And if you can do all three, great, because the more you're in the room, the more that you are surrounding yourself with that same energy of what you want, the more likely you are to succeed. But also apply it across the board in your life. You need to stick to that same sort of set of values in every area of your life, because they are all interconnected. Your weight and your mental health are interconnected. Your job or your business and your relationship with your partner or non-existent partner are interconnected. Everything is interconnected. So we must suspend disbelief in every area of our lives in order to fully suspend disbelief in one area. And this is the understanding that I came to today and I thought was super important. I also wanted to share, I've been getting so many confirming messages from Oracle and tarot readings, either ones that are done for me or ones that I've done myself, of massive abundance coming, change, creativity unleashed, being unstoppable. Hello, my success is inevitable, right? Um, and I mean, to the point that one reader was literally like giddy, like giggling, just feeling the energy of the reading. Okay. This has been the energy that's coming in for me. And it's just so confirming of my success is inevitable. It's like, wow, holy, the energy coming in for you is insane. It's intense. It's wild. It's all of these things, right? And in my head, I'm just like, yep, Yep, yeah, it is because my success is inevitable and I am always in the right place at the right time. Um, and very last, for those of you who are into cards, today I pulled myself the Tower card in reverse. Basically, a message of the drama is over. All the leaning towers have fallen. Okay. My reaction to this, thank fuck, which Kelly thought was the best response to the Tower card ever. Um, but here's the thing, I have received the Tower in readings, which stands for like massive change, massive transformation, like everything kind of falling apart so that it can get put back together, right? Um, I have received the Tower in readings ranging between daily and weekly, and sometimes even more than once in the same reading with different decks for 2 years. You guys, every day to like maybe at the farthest apart every week for 2 years, I have been given the Tower card. Like your life's going to fall apart, it's going to be a mess, and things are going to suck, right? It's the card that most people are afraid of. And honestly, my reaction to the Tower, and guys, I am not most people, right? I'm very, very different from most people, but my reaction to the Tower upright has been good. Get rid of more shit. Yes, please. And not even very sarcastically, right? Which is already a huge difference from how most people react. But can I describe what a breath of fresh air the Tower in reverse felt like? No, I cannot. It's finally over. Like, I could fall to my knees and cry for joy. And yes, in response to the Tower card, right? Because like, I'm literally gonna like put it up on my mirror, the Tower card in reverse. Holy shit. Like, that has not happened. I have had it upright every single time for so long. Um, and whether or not you believe in oracle cards, tarot cards, whatever, I believe in them as a divination tool. So, a way for our guides to get messages through to us. I don't think the cards themselves have power, right? Um, for clarity. Anyway, I do believe that this challenge, this experiment, has finally helped me to step out of all the towers falling all the time to like bring these cycles to completion. And it feels damn good. I'm free. Like, I am free. That is what it felt like when I pulled that card, was like, finally. And my success is inevitable. And so is yours. So I will talk to you tomorrow.